Привет, грибочки! Hope this finds you well. Today, I want to share my personal story about how I learned languages. I know 2.5 languages. I know Russian, which is my native language. I know English, which is very fluent of mine, but I cannot consider myself bilingual. I'm not on that level yet. And that half of a language is Spanish. Besides talking about my personal story with languages, I'm also going to challenge myself to study Spanish for 30 minutes, 7 days in a row. So keep watching this video if you want to see how I did in the challenge and what tasks I gave myself for those 7 days. So, with Russian, it's quite obvious. I was born in Russia and I lived there until I was 16. Yes. And since I was 6 or 7, I was learning English. So it's all have been taught in my school, so in my elementary school, middle school, high school, blah blah. And I did not enjoy it. Basically, in Russian schools, we were forced to learn English. No one gave us an option to learn a different language. We were just kind of, okay, I guess we have to learn that language, fine. I'm not saying that that was useless. I don't think it's the right method of learning languages. So, when I was 16, my parents told me that we are going to United States, and I realized my English was not ready for United States. That's why I signed up for English courses besides my school, and those English courses were taught only in English. Professors were not allowed to talk to us in Russian, so if we had any questions about what that word meant or concepts, we had to ask in English, and the teachers would explain in English. It was very hard. But that was exactly what I needed. It boosted my English so much. So technically I can say that I learned English in 3 years, because 1 year of courses taught only in English equaled at least 10 years of learning English in my schools. Crazy, right? So in my opinion, grammar, rules, all of the memorizing of the concepts, they don't really matter as much as speaking and listening parts. Because when I was learning English in my Russian schools, I was memorizing all the tenses, all the vocabulary. We did not really focus on speaking and listening parts. Yeah, we had maybe like 5 minutes out of class where we would do something like that, but it was not enough in order to fluently speak. And also, with all those great tenses and vocabulary words, I thought that I would be the best native speaker ever in English. What happened next, when I came to United States and I was trying to use present perfect and present subjunctive and whatever, past perfect, God, I know so many useless tenses. So with all of those great useful tenses, I came here and I started using them, obviously, and I realized that Americans simply don't care. They don't use those tenses. Basically what they use is present, past, and future. 3. Of course, I was learning not American English, but I was learning British English. But I still think that British people also don't really focus on those tenses either. So all of those tests, exams about tenses, vocabulary words, they were basically useless and a waste of my time. So that's why I want to do something completely different with my Spanish language. I don't want to waste that much time as I did with English. I want to learn Spanish soon and fluently, and then move on to a different language, because my goal in life is to learn as many languages as possible, because I love doing it and I'm passionate about it. So I've been learning Spanish since I came to United States, so 3 years now, and my Spanish is already good intermediate. Okay, maybe beginner intermediate. I cannot speak fluently in Spanish, and it's quite hard for me to write sentences in Spanish. There's still space for improvement, but I am going to Spain to study abroad, and I'm really hoping that it will improve my speaking and comprehensive skills in Spanish. But for now, I just have to improve my writing skills and my comprehensive skills. And that's what I'm going to focus in my challenge. Let's see how it turned out. My challenge is going to be to study Spanish at least for 30 minutes daily. I just want to become fluent in Spanish and just continuously improve it and then move on to a new language. Which one I have not yet decided. Probably Chinese, Mandarin, or even Arabic. So I'm still thinking. I love learning languages, but I just have to implement a new routine for me to actually do that. So what's going to be in those 30 minutes? The first thing that I really want to do daily is watching 5 minutes video in Spanish. Next thing that I want to do is writing at least 2 full sentences about my day, about my worries, about my excitement for something. Anything, literally anything, but a really nice comprehensive sentence. Third thing that I really want to do is writing down 10 words in Spanish. Only 10. That's really not that much. And the last thing that I really want to put in those 30 minutes is read a small paragraph. A small paragraph, it doesn't have to be an in-depth article. It just has to be small, precise, and not really beginner level. I really want to improve my reading skills because they are not the best and they definitely could be better. So those are 4 things.
Watch a video, write down words, then write sentences, and read it.
Only 4. That means only 30 minutes of your day to improve your language. Let's get into the first day. First day went really well. I realized that 30 minutes is an ideal time for me to focus on my language in order not to lose a motivation. And all of the assignments that I come up with, they were actually really helpful. They improve all of your skills that are so essential for you to finally master a language. I'm really hoping that I motivate you to learn a language that you have been learning for a long time or just stopped learning for whatever reason. Because learning languages is amazing, trust me. I want to point out that learning languages is very difficult, so please don't get upset if you don't understand something right away. I still think that the hardest thing about learning a language is just to start, so don't give up just yet. I just finished my second day of Spanish and I feel so much better. Like before, I was not really motivated to do it, but as soon as I started, I just remembered immediately why am I doing it and why it's so important to me, because I love it. See you tomorrow! The third day I felt myself really ugly, so I did not want to record myself. But the fourth day was very productive and I found really nice YouTube channels where I could watch easy Spanish conversations and also found a few websites with readings. I'm going to link those below for your convenience. Because actually during the first days of this challenge, I struggled to find good resources for Spanish learning that would be free and for my Spanish level. And for example, readings, it was hard to find culture-specific or just interesting to me readings. Hello. I don't remember what day it is, but I have a confession to make, and I apologize for the lighting and for me lying in bed. But since my channel is about being honest at all times, I skipped one day of my challenge. I know, I'm very ashamed of myself, yes. It was yesterday. And I would love to say that I was really busy and was really tired, but to be honest, I just started watching Euphoria and I watched one season in one day, and I kind of didn't have time to do cool or useful learning stuff. And yeah, I'm very ashamed. So I'm going to do Spanish today, yes, but on my bed. So I'm not going to record it, but I am doing it right now. So please believe me, because I am already being as honest as possible. And again, I'm very sorry about skipping one day yesterday. Like, it's completely my fault. I don't really have an excuse, but I am not giving up. Like, better skip one day than give up the whole thing, right? So you can blame me, I'll understand. If you didn't notice, my setting has switched because I moved to a different room, to a different house, to a different state. So stay tuned for the video about that coming up and see sometimes my really weird face expressions. But I felt myself really productive in this new setting because my room is amazing. It's so bright and it's perfect for studying. And I was also really proud of myself because even though that was our day one in our new house, I still found time to learn Spanish. So if I did find time, you can find time too. I just realized that I did not point out something way before when I just started the challenge. You don't have to do those 30 minutes of Spanish or any other language all at once. For example, now I watched like about 7 to 8 minutes of my video. Yes, I was really enjoying my Spanish videos and decided to watch not only 5 minutes but more. And I don't think I can do any more Spanish right now because my sister is about to wake up and I have to babysit her. And I also want to clean up a little bit and to unpack some more boxes in my room because we just moved in. So I'm going to continue doing Spanish when I have a minute, probably tonight. I just wanted to make sure that you know that you don't have to like you sit there for like hours to do your language. Since we're talking about being passionate about learning languages and we want to do that as a lifelong experience, you know, like always improving and not losing motivation for that because we were working so hard on it. Rather do it daily and short, for example 30 minutes, than once in a month but for hours. You get what I mean? I hope you do. Today is the last day of my Spanish challenge. I'm really happy that I decided to come up with this challenge because I needed that kick in the butt to start to get going with my Spanish routine because I love learning it. It's such a great language and I truly enjoyed doing my assignments every day. Even though the challenge is over, I am going to continue learning Spanish on a daily basis. If it's not going to be my assignments, then I definitely want to implement at least 5 minutes long videos in Spanish conversations. Like, I'm sure I can do that. It's just 5 minutes of my day. But all of the assignments that I had in this challenge proved really helpful. So I highly recommend you trying the same tasks if you're learning a language. And if you do that, please let me know in the comments section below. I would be very happy to read it all. And also I'm hoping that this video was at least somewhat a motivation for you to start learning a language if you wanted to do so, because learning languages is so great and I love learning languages, and I'm really hoping that after Spanish I will take on another one and then another one and I will be fluent in as many languages as I possibly can. So I'm really hoping that this video motivated you a little bit to learn a language that you have been learning but not really succeeding in it. And let me know what you thought of this video. Was it helpful or not? And if you have any questions or any comments, any feedback, I would love to hear it. Also, I'm really hoping that you appreciate my efforts in filming this video because I was in the process of moving to a different state, to a different house, and I was still recording videos of this challenge. Thank you so much for watching. Дальше больше. The farther we go, the better we become.